Hi, everyone, as well. Hopefully, you're having a great day today. Thank you very much for stopping by for a Sunday coffee update. So I just got some numbers on the board and just want to go through with you in terms of my numbers and where I'm at since my journey of 2023, December of 2023. So as of today, my biweekly income net after taxes $3,674.38. When I received that W-2 income from my employer, and this is my W-2 income from my employer, it immediately goes into the banks. I have three banks account that I'm currently three bank accounts that I'm currently using, and they're charging me about $38 a month. So of that 3674.38, when it hits the bank, at least $38 is going toward fees for the maintenance of those accounts, because I am not maintaining a certain amount in those accounts. Fundamentally, I have replaced those checking accounts with my home equity line of credit on one of my properties. Okay, so from that 3674.38, $38 is taken away for fees. And with the HELOC I have at 50,500, I'm primarily writing four checks out of the HELOCs. That is, well, they are my student loan check, two mortgages, and one HELOC, which totals about $2,319.24 a month. Now, periodically, I may also write another check, like coming up in December, the renewal on my automobile, automobile is about $238 a month. So this will bump up an additional about $300 in terms of how many checks that are written. In addition to that, I try to maintain this HELOC at its lowest point or lowest principal after my paycheck goes in. By doing that, I use three credit cards as what I call my offset accounts. When I first started off in December, I had approximately 11 or 12 credit cards that I was carrying balances on. Once I got really into the velocity banking around February, I was able to start reducing and paring down those cards. So according to my Experian report, there was about 11 credit cards that I had, 12,123, and I pared those 11 cards down of the daily balance to about three credit cards that I use on a monthly basis. This last credit card, the Amex, is actually down, maybe only have $100 on it. So actually, I'm glad to say that I'm down to really two credit cards from the high of 2023. That has allowed me to have more cash flow that I can allow to sit inside of the HELOC. One of the basic principles in doing velocity banking, you're taking 100% of your income or resources that you have, and you're dumping inside of the HELOC. And beyond my W-2, I have access to other dollars that I'm also throwing inside of the HELOC, but I'm also pulling out. And thus, that's why one of the title is convenience checks or cash advance, because a part of this is that I'm using convenience checks and cash advance to also bring down the principal. Now, those rates for some credit cards can run from 25, 30%, or even higher. The credit card that I'm using has an 18%, so it's actually lower than any of my credit cards that I have, even when I use convenience checks or cash. So I use that also in attacking the HELOC. So on a monthly basis, I'm spending about $2,092.33 a month in terms of my expenses, monthly expenses, and some of my debts. So altogether, as I mentioned in my earlier videos, I was spending approximately $4,500 a month on average from my income or from wages of about $5,000. So I know I have a lot of numbers in general on the board, but that's the system that I have now. I'm getting paid. Once I get paid, it goes into the bank. Once it's in a bank, let the bank get their fees. From there, I deposit into the HELOC. From the HELOC, I make a number of check payments totaling about $2,300 a month. From there, I'm also using credit cards to offset not using much of the HELOC in general. And then I pay those credit cards off, or I try to pay those credit cards off 25 days after the closing of the statement in general. So I try to get that off the books. Presently, I should be only dealing with 2 credit cards probably next month from a high of 11 in 2023. In addition to that, when I first got the HELOC in April of 2024, my rate was 10.25. As of today, the rate went down to now 6.75 that I'm paying on the HELOC. Last month, it was 31 days in the cycle. I paid 30 days of interest at 10.25 and 1 day at 9.75. All right, so again, just an update on my use of velocity banking and how I've switched from using a checking account to have my money just sitting there and getting probably 0.01%. Also, also having a checking account, a savings account for emergencies. I shifted all of my resources from the emergency savings to here. So if an emergency comes up and I need some money, then I just go to the bank and do a convenience, a cash advance, pull that money out, and then the next day, if it's a weekday, go to the HELOC, pull that money out, and pay down the cash advance. So this has been just a Sunday coffee update of how I'm using velocity banking, particularly a home equity line of credit. You can do velocity banking also with a credit card. That's how I started for the first 4 months of 2024. I was able to improve my credit once I started paring down those credit cards and improving my DTI, my credit, my amount of debt I was carrying. I was able to get the home equity line of credit on one of my 3 properties, but prior to that, I was denied. I think I have 22 hard inquiries. So I did a lot of hard inquiries initially when I was trying to get a HELOC and all-in-one mortgage. All right. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Please, please, please hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithms, I think, can pick it up and move it to a higher level and more people can see it. If you're interested in working with me or my team, and we can help you possibly pare down the number of credit cards you have down to a lower one through various strategies using velocity banking, definitely I'd love to work with you. All right, everyone, have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.